Hey, listen, if you're a man and you're hypertensive, this video is for you. You need to pay attention to what I'm going to tell you because it could make a difference. It could keep you alive. So you really need to take this as seriously as you possibly can. And before we get into the video, remember to subscribe to my channel and engage the notification button so that whenever new content comes up, you get notified. Now let's talk about 5 reasons why men with hypertension die earlier than women. Number 1, genetically, men have a higher blood pressure than women do. And so naturally, men tend to develop hypertension at a much earlier age, much younger age, and so they tend to live for a longer time with hypertension, which puts them at risk of all the complications that come with hypertension. And so the risk of them dying from the disease is far higher because of this one single fact. Number 2, men generally don't take their health as seriously as women do. A man could be sick but would never go to the hospital until somebody comes in and pushes him to go to the hospital. And so even though genetically men are predisposed to hypertension at an earlier age, most men get diagnosed far later than their women counterparts, which means that by the time they are diagnosed, most of them have already gone through various complications of hypertension, and so the risk of dying obviously will be higher. Third point, alcohol. Men generally drink far more alcohol than women do. Now, this is generally speaking because I know some women who are powerhouses when it comes to alcohol drinking. But yes, men typically drink more alcohol than women do. Alcohol would generally cause your blood pressure to go up. And so it means that the more alcohol you consume, the higher your blood pressure would go. Ergo, the more likely you are to complicate your hypertension that's already existing. And eventually, this would lead to complications, which would then result in death. Number 4, men are less likely to stick to their medication regimen. This is because over the period, there's been a lot of misconceptions, or with some truths in there, about how hypertension medication would decrease your sexual prowess. And you know, men pride themselves in being good in bed, right? So if some medication is preventing you from doing just that, the likelihood of you sticking to that medication is not high. And so a lot of men tend to skip their doses, which means their blood pressure is not as well controlled as we want it to be, and then that leads to complications and death. And number 5, obviously, if you get hypertension at an earlier age, if you get diagnosed later, if you are indulging in alcohol drinking, if you are not following your dose regimen, you are going to develop the complications that we speak about. And some of these complications include heart failure, kidney failure, heart attack, strokes, and all these can be fatal. Indeed, most of them are fatal. And that's why men tend to die much younger and much earlier than their female counterparts who all have hypertension. So if you're a man and you watch this video, please make an effort to not die early. So I'm Dr. Kelvin. Remember to subscribe to my channel. There's more such videos to keep you in the loop when it comes to your health and your wellness, and together we're going to live healthier for longer. Have a fabulous time. Peace.